Now we have Susan, Abbas Nejad, and she's going to talk to us about a project that she's involved with. Susan.
Thank you. Surely at least once in your childhood you've been asked, what is your least favorite subject? And I bet that 80% of you have answered physics or mathematics. Well, I'm here to tell you that physics and mathematics are just like any other subject. Back in my country, in my school, in my own country, we used to cover a whole lot of subjects in 1 year. And as soon as the summer holidays began, we got to forget them all. It was just a waste of time because we were going to learn these topics all over again the next year. So I really regretted this, and I really wanted to change. So I decided to change my way of learning. I got a notebook, and I started reading the books that I felt were good for me. And I summarized the important notes in the notebook. I thought it was a good way of learning. But some time ago, I went back to that notebook, and guess what? I really didn't remember anything from that notebook. Both these ways of teaching are non-interactive ways, and as you may all agree, boring ones. To develop real learners, we have to shift this way of learning into a more interactive one. We have to think of what we are going to achieve in high school. Surely it is not developing students that are all like each other, all having the same ideas or knowledge, and just reading things to pass exams and then forget them. To achieve the goal of developing real learners, we have to bring, as for physics for me, we have to bring the abstract physics phenomena into real life so that the students feel more free and relaxed about understanding them. But some of you may say that this kind of learning, it has to be achieved by adding tons of easy-to-make investigations about each topic. So you may say that this decreases actually the amount of information told to the students. But I'm going to tell you this. Have you ever seen a dancer learning dancing with just looking at other dancers and not doing the thing herself? Well, this is the same with high school students. I found an NGO called, which Mr. Thorne talked about at the beginning, called Developing Real Learners, which has the aim of teaching poor high school students in India, but their methods can be used worldwide. They are a couple of PhD students, themselves from poor backgrounds. They found a shack in their village and they built a school there and they started teaching there. They used the Indian curriculum and they sent the curriculum to us. So the first thing that we did to the curriculum was that we changed the topic headings into questions. For example, forces became what is force. And through this, and plus the teacher training, we helped to boost the curiosity of the students. And as you may all know, with curiosity comes action. So some grade 5 students here in school and I have found some investigations regarding each and every one of those questions. These questions, actually, these investigations, either answer the question or give some information about the question. For example, one of the topic headings is current electricity basics. So the first question that naturally comes into your mind is, what is charge? To answer this question, we found the investigation of the charged balloon and the pieces of paper. The other examples, the two other topic headings are refraction basics and reflection basics. The two main questions that come to our mind are what are the laws of refraction and reflection. And the two investigations that emerge from these questions are the soldier's problem and the crow problem. These problems are actually really curious, so I'm going to talk about the crow problem in summary. So imagine, there's a crow on top of a tree, there are some nuts and seeds lying on the ground, and there's a wall in front of the tree. The crow wants to come down, pick some nuts, the shortest path for the crow to go. With some very easy mathematics, we can prove that the shortest path is when the angle of the coming of the crow equals the angle of the going of the crow. Now imagine some photons instead of the crow and a mirror instead of the ground. You get what? The reflection rules. I'm not saying that we have to give up whiteboard teaching. What I'm saying is that this is not the only method of teaching and learning. Also, there's another thing that I really missed in my high school in Iran, and that was having a space of my own where I can think of my own ideas in my own ways. I have a solution for this, and this is we must not give all the answers to all the questions at the same time. We must give some space and time for the students to think by themselves and create their own ideas. I remember one quote my math teacher used to give us all the time from Benjamin Franklin. It went, tell me and I forget. Teach me and I understand. Involve me and I learn. In this big, huge world of ideas, what students really need is the courage and confidence to speak their mind, to have their own ideas expressed. And thus, teachers, please, I beg you, let the children express their own ideas, no matter how meaningless they seem. Enthusiasm and creativity are what have been missing from our current way of education. And it is only through developing real good learners that we can achieve a more productive and a more satisfied society. Thank you.